introduce myself. All you folks that's on live and everybody that's going to catch us on the replay, whether down their Facebook newsfeed or perhaps on Periscope land, or as I call it, Perry Kingdom. Hey, Maggie. Hey. I'm so glad, Maggie, you guys came in the room. Tiffany, I see you. Let me take a minute to introduce myself. My name is Jill Bullock, and I'm extremely passionate about equipping folks to catch their whole entire life, right? Everything from their mission to their mate. I believe in this season right now, where you are in your very seat, that you can start creating the life that you love, so you can attract the love of your life, and so you can have a Christ-centered marriage. Perhaps that's not everybody's desire. However, if that is your desire, then you definitely are in the right place. Well, today we've been talking about, and this is part, I will be remiss if I did not say, this is part of the Pastor Cast. Danielle Winningham, Pastor Cast. She is the wealth speaker. And you guys, thank you so much for saying you like my necklace. Listen, she is a wealth speaker, and she is a community builder. She's a builder of women. She helps you to get your money in order. And I know many of you, as you go into 2017, you're looking for greater in terms of your finances. So make sure you're following the wealth speaker. Hey, Tiffany, one of my super fans, glad to see you here. So today we're talking about how to pretty much just give you some encouraging words about overcoming a significant loss. And many of my folks in the Pastor Cast today have been talking about loss in terms of death. And I definitely can relate to that, as I lost my father when I was in 9th grade, also my grandmother just a year and a half ago, and so many others. But today I want to take it from a little different perspective and something I haven't heard, so I wanted to share, because I don't want to ignore the folks that maybe haven't dealt with a death per se, but maybe have dealt with a level of divorce. So this is for somebody who has perhaps dealt with a divorce, or perhaps who have dealt with a major separation. And for the ones that's single, you know, that's on the scope, let me share something with you. You know, if you recall the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman, and when Jesus was speaking to her, she was trying to get her water, right? She was trying to get some water. And Jesus was like, listen, if you know who I was out in these streets, you would really be asking me for water, because I will give you living water and you would never thirst again. Okay, the reason why I bring up this story is because she was like, listen, I'm not married. I ain't got no man. Like, what you talking about? What you talking about, dude? Like, what you talking about? And he was like, no. He's like, yes, ma'am. You have been married. Matter of fact, you've had 5 husbands, right? And the man that you're with right now is not your husband. So what I want to say is, even when you, as a single woman, whether, you know, if you're a single woman and you have an intimate sexual relationship with a man, that in itself consummates the relationship, right? And it consummates, and in a sense, that is you marrying that person. We don't see it like that, and culturally, we don't declare it as not a marriage license, but because of the transfer of spirits that's happening, because of the bond and connection, you have a hard time breaking away. So I'm speaking to those today who have experienced a divorce, separation, or even a breakup, when you have had that soul tie with that person and you find yourself having a hard time getting over it. And I know this time of the year, whether the breakup happened or the separation happened this time of the year or another time, if you're going through the season lonely, or perhaps you're alone, because you can be alone and not be lonely, I just want to encourage you to make sure that you first make sure you just be reminded of who you are in Christ and who you are in God. And don't blame yourself, right, for that person leaving, or for the relationship not working out. Now, you can always go back and examine yourself. I encourage you to be part of our community at DMI Kingdom Women Lounge, where we help to build you and help you to transform so you can grow. But I don't want you to have a pity party and thinking, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that. Well, the truth be told, if that relationship was meant to be, listen now, if the relationship, I need somebody to help me with the time, you guys. If the relationship was meant to be, then it would have been. Don't try to force something, right? Sometimes we need to be able to let things go. And if it didn't work out, is a reason. And what I found out many times in my past relationships, and I believe I'm speaking the same thing as for you, the relationships that you had in the past is going to be so much more beneath what God is taking you, because he's trying to elevate your relationship life, right? He's trying to elevate and position you to attract somebody else on a whole nother level, right? But you got to continue to develop and know who you are and stand boldly and say, listen, one thing my sister always say, you know, I could live with anybody else besides my Savior. I can live without anybody else. And I want to encourage you to understand that today. I can only imagine, I haven't experienced a divorce as towards by the world's measures, but many a times I have been been married, right, and had a husband in terms of having relationships where I have consummated those relationships and the relationships did not work out. And I was brokenhearted and I was tormented and I didn't know, how I was going to go about what I was going to do. So I just want to encourage you to just be reminded of who you are in God. I want you to be reminded of your value and your worth, and knowing that it's not just tied to the relationship. I can only imagine if you had children in the relationship, and you're trying to figure out how to co-parent or whatever that situation is. But I want to encourage you during this holiday season, do me a favor. Get emotional support. Don't you dare stay in your house and say, oh, I'm going to spend Christmas by myself. I ain't going nobody. No. Even this holiday season, I want you guys to start creating a life you love. I dare you to have a dessert party at your place. I dare you to have, just host something to make it more engaging. Have whatever ugly sweater contest. Do something. Get connected. If you don't want to host it, perhaps you can go to one of my favorite places, which is meetup.com. Some of you may be away at college. Some of you may be in a new city or state and you don't know anybody. I'm going to tell you to get connected, because listen, you don't want to starve yourself for emotional needs, right? You want to make sure that you're getting fed. Can somebody give me a time check? I want to make sure you guys are getting fed. Thank you so much, Dr. Tamika. Dr. Tamika, I appreciate that. So don't allow yourself to be starved for emotional affection, right? Because that's when things go south, right? You start to get into your feelings. And I also want to encourage you to spend some time journaling. That's healthy for you, to get those thoughts on paper. I heard one of my other colleagues on the scope was saying, let it out. If you need to cry, go ahead and cry, but you don't want to mope and stay there, right? You don't want to, you can bereave it and, to say, that's my time. But if it's 6 months or a year and 2 years later, you still bereaving, okay, we need to do something different. Whether it's connecting with other people, perhaps you even need to get counseling to get over that thing. But one thing I encourage you to do is connect with Detour Movement. So many women have connected with Detour Movement, which is DMI, Kingdom Women Lounge on Facebook, and they have found so much support. We're constantly doing devotions. We're constantly doing, we have fasts and we're doing different challenges and we have different things, because what you find within DMI, Kingdom Women Lounge, is a community of sisters. Many of the women as part of that group has been there since we founded in 2011. Many people come and they don't leave. They want to stay connected to real sisterhood, people that's going to love on them, people that are going to encourage them, people that are going to support them. I come from a family of 3 sisters, right? And we've adopted a couple more along the way. But with that, my dad always taught us, hey, if you can't get along with the people inside your home, how can you get along with other people outside the home? So that bond of sisterhood that me and my sisters have, we extend that to other women that we meet all the time. And we would love to extend and embrace you in this season. Do not walk this journey alone. Do not walk this journey alone. I'm going to get prepared to pass the cast. I'm going to get prepared to pass the cast to Dr. Tamika. If you would, go ahead and throw up some emojis, my sister. Thank you. She's saying I have 1 minute left. Go ahead and throw up some emojis, Dr. Tamika. Let me say this last thing in my final closing. Hey, Toya. She's been with us since day one. Love you, sis. So listen, really quick, we are getting ready for 2017, and I want to encourage you to join us. For 2017, we're going to be doing a goal achievement workshop, okay? And you can go to tinyurl.com/achieved2017. Again, that is tinyurl.com/achieve2017. There is an investment to do that. That is if you are saying, I want to get my goals in order. I want to be intentional. I want to be focused. I'm ready to go to my next level. I don't want to go into 2016 the way I went into 2017, the way I went into 2016. Then I encourage you to sign up for this workshop. It's $39, and we're going to make sure that you have all your goals laid out and have a strategy to achieve them. Now, that is my time. Thank you so much for posting that link. I appreciate you. Again, one more time, the link, and I'm going to encourage you to go over to Dr. Tamika. That was tinyurl.com/achieve2017. And the workshop it'll be a live webinar, a 2-hour training on January 5th. Love you guys. Go follow Dr. Tamika. I got to get off. Love you. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure you follow in the scope and make sure you follow in this broadcast. Okay, Facebook, I hope you got it. I was on a pastor cast, so I got to get off. Hey, so glad to see you, Donna. So glad to see you, Camille. So glad to see many of you guys on the Facebook Live and people watching the replay. Want to invite you to come hang out with us. Come hang out with us on January 5th as we get ready for this goal achievement workshop and webinar. It's going to be so amazing. I love you guys. Until next time, be blessed, and I'll see you soon.